So as you can tell by the title of this video, it's not going to be a happy one because Aspen did have to go to the vet, which I am not happy about. I'm not happy with the service they provided me with, but we will get into that with the story. So I went to Aspen's cage in the morning. Every morning I go to her cage and I kind of let her out because she's usually always awake when I wake up. So I went to the cage, I opened it up, and I actually found her. She had her foot caught on one of her levels on the popsicle sticks. Immediately I panicked and I helped her get free, and she ran away with her foot kind of dragging. So immediately I was like, I need to take her to the vet right now. It was about 9 in the morning. So the first vet I called, there's only like 2 vets that do exotics where I live. So the first one I called is an emergency vet. So I called them and I explained what I tried to explain as best as I could. I was bawling my eyes out, so it's very hard to tell someone what has happened when you're crying. So I told her the story and she was like, you should call this vet first because we don't see hamsters as much as they do. So I called that vet and I got an appointment in for 10. I drove there. I cried so much this day because I felt so bad and just really upset about the whole situation. So I drove to the vet's. I got there. We got into our appointment. The vet came in. He didn't really seem to care. I didn't feel like he cared about hamsters very much, just with the way he was like saying things. I don't know. He basically scruffed her and held her on her back so that he could look at the foot. It was bleeding because she had actually started chewing at it, because when an animal's in pain, say they break their leg or something like that and they're in a lot of pain, they often will chew at it because they don't want it to hurt. So animals will oftentimes actually chew their entire leg off so that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't really make sense to me, but it can happen. So he looked at it, he like moved it around. He didn't tell me if it was broken or sprained or anything. While he was holding her, she started chewing it and he said, yeah, that's not good. Hi, Cleo. He said, yeah, that's not good. And then he kind of put her down and he was like, well, the thing is with these guys, we can't make them a cone to stop them from chewing. And I was like, okay. So then he was like, I'm going to prescribe you with a antibiotic and then an anti-inflammatory, which is also a pain med. And he said, hopefully this stops her from like wanting to chew because it will help the pain and any itchiness. And then he said, the good thing about these guys is that if they lose a limb, they don't seem to care. And I didn't really know what to say to that because losing a limb is never good and chewing off your own leg is never good. So I didn't know what to say. When the vet left and the vet tech came in with the medicine, I was like, so what happens if she chews her foot off? And she goes, oh, well, then you bring her in. And when the vet tech came in, she didn't even give the first dosage of the medicine so it could help Aspen right away. She was like, yeah, just do this when you get home, which is 25 minutes for me to get home. Usually, from past experiences, the vets that I've seen have usually given the first dosage there at the vet's so that it can start working right away because it's obviously an animal in pain. But yeah, so I paid $110. I paid $73 for a 5-minute exam with a vet that didn't seem to really care that much. And then I got some Medicam, which is the anti-inflammatory and the pain medication, and then as well as I got some enrofloxacin. I'm going to say that wrong, but it's basically like Baytril. It's an antibiotic, and I'm supposed to give the Medicam for 1 week twice a day, and then the antibiotic is twice a day for 2 weeks. And so far, she's already had a couple of days now with being treated with the medication. She's stopped chewing her foot, which is really, really good. She isn't using her foot too much. She's kind of more so limping on it, of course, so I'm going to assume it's broken. Like I said, the vet didn't say anything about that, which is quite annoying because now I don't know. But she seems to be fine. She's very, very active. I've put her in a temporary bin cage with a blanket because I want it to be very easy for her to walk around. I've put nesting, of course, in there for her. I've put food, water very close by so she doesn't have to go too far, even though she seems to be very active. I'm like, can you please stop moving? I want your foot to heal. And when I'm giving the medication, she's pretty good with taking it. I first try to give her some plain yogurt because with antibiotics, you really need to make sure your hamster is getting probiotics to help the good bacteria in their gut, because when antibiotics are working, they're getting rid of both the good and bad bacteria in the gut, which is not good because you need good bacteria in your gut. So that's why I give her some plain yogurt to help with that, and then I give her the meds. Another thing that is a little frustrating, the vet didn't even go over how to care for her after when I get home. They didn't say to put her in a smaller cage or to take away this or give her that. I basically had to go off my own knowledge. So I took away the wheel, of course. I've taken away any toys that she could climb on or kind of overextend or overuse her leg. So I'm just overall very disappointed with the vets, but it's sad because they're basically the best exotic vet in my province, which sucks. So basically, the day that Aspen got her leg stuck, when I got home and I got her all settled in, I immediately ripped off all of those popsicle sticks on there and I've replaced it with a plexiglass sheet so there's no way she can get her foot stuck into anything. I want this to be an example that you always need a vet fund because anything can happen. I wasn't expecting this to happen. This never happened to Tater Tot, who lived in that cage for pretty much almost an entire year. A vet fund, very important. You can't just not take your hamster to the vet. You can't let them sit there and suffer. I feel very bad. I've been crying for days now because of how bad I feel, and I've been very stressed out about this. But what can you do? Accidents happen. You can't really control it too much unless you're like an overprotective parent who bubble wraps everything, but I'm sorry this video had to be on the sadder side. I, of course, wanted to update you guys because you are a part of my life and you guys love my hamsters as much as I do almost. Maybe not as much, but I still had to update you guys, of course. And yeah, hopefully Aspen makes a full recovery. She is doing good right now, so hopefully that foot heals pretty good. So yeah guys, I will see you in my next video.